Do you remember when I said this? The clutch is higher than you'd like, which is fine. At some point it'll get done. We may put a competition clutch in it, but that's not for this year. It may last ages, but it's something for the future. So I bought this Stage 1 competition clutch. So carrying on from the last video, we've got a lot of room to take that gearbox off. As you can see, I've already taken the radiator off. Next thing to come off is battery and this. Then we need to take this off. They see me rolling. Don't record my cheeks. Recording my cheeks. Let's have a look at what we've done. It's been a pain in the ass. Thank you. Right, this is off. This is off. This bottom bolt here, absolute pig. Look at all this rust down here, look. The bolt this side was okay. Tie rod came off okay. Drop link is stuck, but hopefully we won't need it. Struggling to get this out. I can't get any leverage that end with the gearbox where it is. Can't get to the drainage plug. Very annoying. It's not all complaining, obviously. But in here, loads of stuff here that's I've taken off. I've taken the, can you see down there? Those things there are the gear change cables. They're off. And then here, this pipe there goes into the clutch slave. That'll need to come off. And then there's just various bolts in the bell housing. I've been given this to give it a go. But I'm not sure I can get it far enough down here to hold it here.
Ow.
Ow. Thank you. You will notice in this video as well that most YouTubers, they always... You stopped recording, didn't you? You weren't recording for any of that, were you? YouTubers always say, oh, we can't have this music on because it's copyrighted. Well, let me let you into a secret. Probably the best video on this channel has made me like 3p. So in this video, we're having copyrighted music because it's better than the music I can find on my editing software.
Real badass.
I am badass. We have made progress. I'm not going to say great progress, but as you can see, the gearbox is detached and I don't really like it hanging there, but we haven't got a lot of choice at the moment, and we have a snag. And that snag is I can't get that gearbox out because subframe's in the way. So it can't come this way enough, so I'm going to have to drop the subframe. And guess what the axle stands are on? So I'm going to have to... I need the jacks out. So I'm going to have to employ engine crane on that, take the weight, drop this, move the axle stands, take the subframe down and come back to the gearbox. That just goes too far down the sides of the wings, so I can't use that, sadly. Alright, we are taking the weight. Okay, subframe this side is just on that cable reel there. It will come down in a minute. Now, down there, you see that white cowling? Can you see that? For the... There we go, look. There. That's for the steering rack. I was wondering how the hell do I take that off? But Ford have actually done a good design on this thing, which is probably the first thing on this vehicle that's a good design. Let's have a look. So, all you do is undo that knuckle and it falls through there, and this just goes up and down, which is fabulous. So you don't have to undo it under the car. This side subframe is more down. It'll all come down in a minute. It's just on that jack. We'll get that out. And when you start looking around, you start thinking, oh, those aren't too bad, that bush there. The one the other end is a bit scabby. Drop link, I didn't even notice that. Is it meant to be bent? You see that? It's got a bend in it. I don't think they're meant to be bent. And then this bottom ball joint, I knackered the gauge on that, taking it off. So you just think, we may as well get some new stuff while it's off. Like this gator on this drive shaft isn't long for this world, is it? And I've also got seals for both sides of the drive shaft inputs. Let's have a look in here. Jeez, it is thick with dying clutch. So we've got a new one of these. This is a concentric slave. New one of those. Obviously, like I said, this will come out. Now, engine end. Clutch itself. Who knows? We'll have a better idea when we take it off. I've also got a new crank main end oil seal, and this is the rear, this is called. So we'll do that as well. The old clutch is off, and look at that. You can't see any lines on there compared to the new one, and we're very close to some of the rivets there. We're really close. So that's cool. Next thing is take the flywheel off, and I've got an end seal to go in. And then that gearbox can go back on then after we put the new clutch on.
One eternity later.
We finally reached that wonderful turning point in any project where we can stop taking it apart, start putting it back together. How different that was to the old one. We've now got nice thick plates. Yeah, nice, very nice. So this was a stage 1 competition clutch from Lark Speed. So does this just go on anywhere? We've got the clutch alignment thing in there. Whether it's in the right place or not. I shall go and look up what the torque settings are for this. And we shall finish it off. Okay, gearbox in. I think that's in just about the best place. We've got enough room to get in there with the jack and what have you. So there's the new drive shaft seals. Now before it goes back in, do you remember I said we've got a problem with the speedo that goes sort of haywire? Well, this is the speed sensor, so we may as well replace that to try. But he's given me the wrong one, but I don't think that's going to stop us putting the gearbox back in. So we'll have to go and swap that. And then the other thing I did, which was wrong, which you only learn by actually doing these things, is these blooming gear changer things that come off just by pressing that button. I wish I'd known that before, because I've taken this clip out of here and pulled the whole thing off. So that's going to be interesting putting those back on. I struggled with that for a moment, and I've actually now tilted the engine down to see if I can get it any closer. Okay, we got there in the end. After some wiggling and jiggling, it finally slipped on. And now I'm just doing some bolts up around the bell housing. I've got a lot of them back in. So I had to take it really slow, because I can be a bit heavy-handed, and when you break stuff it tends to cost money to fix it, so we went nice and slow. We got it on, so that's it. The clutch is changed, gearbox is back on the end of the engine, and I think that's it for this episode. So next time we'll get this hung, we'll get stuff connected back up, to put the subframe back up, but we've got some bits and pieces to go on the subframe that are new. We've got some new drive shafts, So that's cool. So I'll catch you again.